What's up, everybody? It's the homie Truth Teller, the Street Reporter. Welcome to the Truth Hurts Evening Show. I appreciate y'all coming through. We're going to talk about a lot of shit. A lot of shit that went on in the culture these last couple of days. We're going to talk about things in the drill culture, outside the drill culture. We're going to just talk about life in general. Remember, this show ain't just about blick, blick, blick and all that bullshit and all the shit that's trending on the internet. We want to talk about real situations in life and shit like that, too. So if your chest ain't strong, walk up out this room real quick. Make sure you smash the like button. Turn me up on the likes, because y'all be doing me bogus on the likes. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram at Truth Teller TV, because there's a lot of shit I post on Instagram that I don't post here. It's a lot of shit I posted on Instagram today that I'm not going to post on YouTube due to certain rules. So you got to follow me at Truth Teller TV. I'm going to put the link right here. I be forgetting to put the link, so please don't get on my ass for that. But I want to tell y'all something, man. Look, first I want to start this off with, keep doing what you're doing. Stop watching these internet videos, all this social media, people your same age is just balling out, living the life. You're going to get there too. I say this all the time. You at your low right now. They at their high. Do not compare your real life to somebody high right now. This is their goals. They not posting their lows on the internet. Keep doing what you're doing. Never be embarrassed to struggle. That's one of the main things I try to always feed people. I tell them, never be ashamed, never be embarrassed to struggle. It is absolutely no shame in working hard to get where you want to get. I mean, it is absolutely no shame, no embarrassment, no side layoffs, or none of that, because you grinding and you working hard to get where you got to get. Continue to do it. Don't let nobody trick you and tell you ain't doing the right thing. And remember, stay real, stay honest, and the shit that you want for yourself, you want for your mate. You got to start... Look, you got to start looking for the right shit. You can't look for you and your mate, though. I tell you that, because a lot of people look for them and the person they want to be with. You rare. You rare. You feel me? You born with the realness in you. It's a lot of fake shit out here, so you can't expect people to be you. You know what I'm saying? But you got to look for, I'm going to tell you that, just look for a good heart. Look for the good feeling. We no longer going for looks. We no longer going for she thick as hell. We no longer going for she bad. You feel me? We going for maturity, respect, loyalty, stability, peace. That's the shit we looking for. You feel me? Gone with all that, man, she bad. Look, is she good for my health, though? That's the thing I think a lot of people seem to forget. But Grove Hero went trending all over the internet. Man, bro went viral over the internet for putting their hands on Migo. Migo said it was just a phone, but we seen his face turn. So we're going to say it was a phone and a piece of his face.
Man, it's Migo. You Migo?
You crazy motherfucker. You Migo?
Ah, the beat your motherfucking ass. What you want to do? Come out here. Okay, nigga, come on. Don't be trying to call your partners, bro. It's just me and you on by myself. Shake ass nigga, man. Man, shake your head. Yeah. Don't be trying to call none of your partners. I'm by myself on God. Come on. Me and you outside, nigga. Shake ass nigga. A bitch trying to wait on their partner. Rich ass nigga. You a hoe, nigga. Rich ass nigga. Rich ass nigga. You a hoe, nigga. You a hoe. You a bitch. Rich ass nigga. You a hoe, nigga. You a hoe. You a bitch.
But I'm going to tell people, like I said this shit yesterday, if Grove Hero was like a real 100% street nigga trying to hurt somebody, not saying he not. But, I take it as he's not 100% street nigga trying to kill nobody. You feel me? If that's the case, then cool. But if this was like one of them grimy ass, slimy hitter drillers, Lil Migo could have been shot and killed, All Grove Hero had to do was keep quiet, act like he didn't see him, follow them outside, waited till he got in his car, waited till whoever picked him up, rolled with him, caught him by the E-way, blick, 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 blick. He could have did that shit. We have seen this several times. He kind of showed his hand by walking up on him and shit like that, So that's the one thing I can say. A lot of people looking at this shit like it's funny, but Migo, he could have lost his life, Just because it's the airport don't mean shit. We from Chicago, bro. We just seen people lose their life in front of police. So that airport shit don't mean that. And another thing is, if you're not 100% willing to stand on this, then you can't be involved in this shit, because it's people dying behind this whole situation. It's people who died behind this situation. It's people who in jail facing damn near life sentences behind this situation. So to want to put yourself in this situation could be dangerous, in my opinion. You feel me? It went from fighting to Grove Hero getting on the internet and kind of exposing some information that a lot of people was wondering, was guessing, they had a hunch, but he kind of set it in stone by saying, Yo Gotti, Black Youngster, and Jook had something to do with this shit. Had something to do with Dolph. He even said somebody put 40K on his head. I'm not gonna lie. When I heard that shit, this still is an open case because all the information about Dolph is not set in stone. It can still be more people arrested. You know, the more Grove Hero talked, the more I smelt the Rico. The more he talked, the more I smelt the Rico case. I want to be honest with you, you know, because he set that out now. He set that out in stone. People were saying this shit. We seen pictures of Hernandez Govan standing next to Jook, which is Joe Gotti brother. But you know, that was all hunches of what we were seeing. When Grove said it, it kind of made shit stand still, you know? I'm just being honest with you, you know? I'm not sure if he realized that because, you know, I'm not sure if he had all this attention as far as from the whole world just watching the social medias. But, you know, he went from being a street dude knuckling somebody up to getting on the internet and telling secrets that nobody never knew of, you know? I'm pretty sure some of his homies is not okay with that, you know? Even though, you know, he said, somebody got to see it. I feel him on that. But, you know, he kind of opened up the door and told people things that people was guessing. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what it is. Man, you been through all that hard shit. I'm starting to notice you going back into that same trap you been into. You feel me? You done got lonely. You done got bored. So you answering them text messages from the motherfucker who left you dirty as hell. You understand that? You're hanging with people you shouldn't hang with. I know you're lonely and you miss them, but you got to remember how they left you. You got to keep that in your head, man. You feel me? Number one thing I want you to do for me. If you don't do it for yourself, do it for me. Don't lose yourself again. You know, you lost yourself last time. You was going through all kind of shit, arguing with everybody, beefing with everybody. You lost all kind of friendships. You stopped hanging with people for that motherfucker. Look, God didn't fix you, got you out that situation. Don't ever, ever, ever lose yourself again. Because you're lonely, you're bored. I understand you missed them, but every time you miss them, you got to remember how they left you. You understand that? No more of that fake friendship shit. You don't need no more of that. You know what I'm saying? You need motherfuckers who going to be on the side of you like family. And I tell people that all the time. Fuck all that fake friendship. Fuck all that forgiving. I understand you can be forgiving. You got to have a forgiving heart. I understand that. But just because you forgive somebody don't mean we got to be together. Look, you got to stay over there. Remember that shit. They did what they wanted to do at the expense of your emotions, okay? It wasn't a mistake. They ain't know what they were doing. They knew what the fuck they were doing. They just didn't give a fuck how you felt about it. So remember that. Stay solid. Stay good. And don't be a hater. You know, you can forgive. You know, you can forgive. Just don't forget, you know. I tell people that. We good. You just got to stay your ass over there. Don't bring your ass back over here. You got to stay your ass over there. You feel me? I just want people to understand that. It's a lot of violence going on right now in Chicago. Like I was saying, man, we all see this shit, you know. It's not nothing new. Me saying that it's dangerous as hell ain't really no new news. But like I was saying, Chicago done broke a record for young people being shot in the city. This year, it's been a lot of young people that have been shot. A lot of young people that have been killed under the age of 17 this year. Chicago is seeing a war zone. You know, it's dangerous out there. I recall when I got an opportunity to speak to 600 Breezy, rapper from 600, BD, blew up in the drill culture. I recall interviewing him. I asked him about Chicago. He told me something about Chicago that I thought was crazy as hell. When I asked him about Iraq, he spoke about it as if it was like Afghanistan, Iraq. How it's a war. The enemy down the street. People always shooting and killing. I thought this was crazy as hell. You know, if you didn't know about the drill culture, didn't know who 600 Breezy was, didn't know who Troop Teller was, you would have thought I was talking to a soldier that was somewhere in Vietnam the way he was talking. Matter of fact, I want y'all to check out this clip of this interview I did with 600 Breezy and see what he was saying.
Bro, you have fun. You
Right.
That shit going on in the streets is in the streets, bro. You feel me? Other than that, nigga, I'm living my life, bro. You feel me? Other than that, nigga, I'm living my life. I'm enjoying a lot of gas. I done took a lot of shit in life, you know? I'm
Right.
24, bro.
Right.
So since 13, we've been at war.
Right.
Man, so with me and my niggas,
As you can see, those were some strong ass words, man. It felt like he was talking about the streets of Jordan or something like that, you know. But that Chicago shit, this shit get real grimy. This shit get crazy, you feel me? People been asking me about Blueface. I don't know why the fuck people asking me about Blueface. This shit crazy as hell. I guess they know his reality show finna drop, and I guess everybody done realized Blueface and them been tricking the whole world, doing all kind of weird shit to make sure that this premiere blows up, make sure this reality show blows up. You know, Blueface and them done went from beating each other up to beating the other person, mom and daddy up, to beating that person, mom and daddy up, to beating up the sisters, to fighting, to shooting outside the clubs. In my opinion, all this shit was set up for this reality show. You know, all this shit was set up for this reality show. It is no more talk about Blueface with an attempted murder, shooting somebody. Why is this shit not on the internet no more? Why ain't nobody talking about that? Why that ain't being blogged? Why Blueface don't look like he's worried about that? Blueface got bailed out. The next day they was on Cash streaming show, busting his TV up, fighting black guys and shit again. You know, this internet shit of how you sell out. I didn't think that though. This internet shit of how you sell out. You know, this internet of how you doing shit that you normally wouldn't do, but you understand that this was this internet shit for staying real or staying solid. Like I tell motherfuckers, I'm gonna be real when I get on this internet, and you're probably gonna be broke as hell in front of this camera. You know, this camera is strictly for the people to be entertained, stay on these videos for a long time. That's how the algorithms win. And I think, you know, Blueface and them understand that. You feel me? They funny as hell though, don't get me wrong, and they toxic. But they real life. One thing I can say is most relationships I done seen looks like their relationship. Now I'm not saying it's the best relationship to have, because I don't want that kind of relationship no more. I done had them kind of relationships. I'm cool on the smacking each other up, fighting each other, tearing each other clothes up, get the fuck out of my house kind of relationships. I ain't on that. I'm on some, can you teach me how to love you type of relationship, you know? We had a disagreement, but come lay your ass down, we finna go to sleep type of relationship. All that toxic shit, I'm past that shit. You know, I didn't grew up out of that. I don't want no more toxic shit, you feel me? God, please, the next person come in my life, please give me enough strength to love them correctly, you know? I don't want to do that toxic shit no more. But like I say, Blueface and them dope, but it seems like they doing anything to make sure that premiere go #1 in my opinion. Gotta be real careful for this shit. This internet shit bring out the demons in people, you know. A lot of people don't understand that. One of the last things I want to speak about is YNW Melly. He been going viral on the internet. You know, he claiming that the jail is doing him bogus as hell, treating him wrong. He feels like he's malnourished. He even said that he feared for his life. He feels like he can be beaten to death. He says that the guards, the warden, the people in there don't like him. They doing bullshit. They got him locked up in confinement. Every time he step out, they make the other inmates go in. He can't be around nobody. He can't use the phone. He lost his phone privileges. He said he hasn't been on the phone and used the phone since May. All because he used somebody's PIN card to make a call. The jails didn't like that and did some shit to him. He said they was just on some bullshit with him. Disrespecting him, telling him they'll beat his ass. He ain't never coming home and doing things like that. I can believe that, you know. I hear a lot of stories about the jail. You know, I noticed just because he, you know, in jail don't mean he got to be treated inhumane. He got to be treated like a piece of shit. People say, he in jail, what you expect? Yeah, I don't deal with that. I don't agree with that. I still think he a human. But I do understand what people saying, you know. Jail for the rich and jail for regular people is two different things, you know. Jail for regular people more like they don't want to be there. That shit bogus as hell. This shit treats you like an animal. Motherfuckers ready to come home. Jail for the rich is different. You know, they be complaining, you know, my cell too little. Yeah, shit. My cell too little for everybody in there. Guards mistreating everybody. It's a lot of bullshit in there. This is not the country clubs. You know, this ain't Trump Towers. You know, this ain't the Hilton. You feel me? This is a motherfucking jail cell. It's not going to be comfortable in there. Young Thug said the same shit about his jail cell. The shit not going to be comfortable in there, you know? You're going to be in there dirty, you feel me? Police say you backdoored your homies and shit like that. So, you know, they not finna treat you with the best care in that bitch, you feel me? It's a lot of regular people who being treated the same way, but they not able to get on social media and cause a frenzy and an uproar to have people try to help them, you know? I'm not sure if Melly realized, but man, this is jail life, you know? And they trying to put you in for a long ass time, you know? So if you think that's something, shit, you got a long ass time coming, in my opinion. But, you know, some people say Melly innocent. Some people say Melly ain't did that shit. You know, forensics says Melly did it. They relying on forensics the same way, you know, there's J Prince shit with Takeoff relying on forensics, because ain't nobody really talking, ain't nobody really telling. Takeoff seen what happened. A lot of people say Quavo seen what happened. A lot of people say Quavo got blood on his hands because he seen what happened and didn't tell. I don't go that far, I think Quavo, would be a good thing if he did tell. That's his nephew, I don't understand why he following these rules for a killer who killed his nephew. Like the killer getting all this fucking respect. But, I guess he gonna let the police do their job. They feel like DJ Pat is the one who killed Takeoff. I guess they gonna let the authorities do their job. This a rap dude. He come from the streets. The optics of being on the stand and pointing somebody else just don't look right. I don't think Quavo gonna do that. But one thing I can say though is to say he got his blood on his hands. I believe that's very strong. I want to be honest with you. I understand it. But I think that's strong. That guy going to be traumatized for life. He witnessed his nephew lose his life. He seen his last seconds. He seen him laying there lifeless, blood coming out of him. I'm not even sure if he's even able to talk, about that. You feel me? He probably going to need some time for he able to have a conversation about what happened to Takeoff, So I just think we got to give Quavo some time. Shit like that traumatized. You ever seen your nephew get killed? You ever seen a close family member of yours get killed? Yeah, you done went to funerals and shit like that. Your friend. You ain't really know that motherfucker like that. Have a motherfucker real close to you ever lost their life? That shit brings a different type of hate out of you. That shit brings a depression. That shit brings a lot of shit out of you, So let's get Quavo some time. I'm pretty sure Quavo is going to speak on things that happen. Knowing him, he going to do it through the music. Maybe years later through a book or maybe through an interview. But you got to get Quavo some time. This case has not been done. It's still more people going to be arrested in this Takeoff case. So let the pieces just fall together. Right now, people trying to put the pieces in there themselves. You got to let this shit fall in place. But I'm going to tell you, though, Tekashi 6ix9ine, if you go back to his old interview, he spoke on how, security be weird as hell that be with Jay Prince. He spoke on that. He spoke on security. He spoke on Jay Prince Jr. being on some backdoor shit and all kind of shit. He spoke about how it's not safe in Houston. And, it's crazy because it seemed like Tekashi 6ix9ine escaped what the Migos didn't escape, checking in, coming to the city, performing, being around these guys. He wanted no parts of that shit. NBA Youngboy wanted no parts of that shit. I remember PNB Rock was saying some shit about Jay Prince. I got to go back to, he was saying some shit about Jay Prince. And, these guys are respected out there, mob ties, A lot of that shit come from the streets to the corporate rooms. So you got to be careful with the check-in shit. I think the check-in shit, as of right now, is done. I believe, you want to tell somebody you in your city, maybe they can tell you where to go, where not to go. I think that's cool too. But just automatically checking in, I think that ended because we witnessed somebody check in and then somebody checked out, in my opinion. So I think the whole check-in shit, we got to reevaluate that, in my opinion. But I appreciate the love. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. We got a lot going on, man. I got a lot of new interviews finna be dropping soon. I had to take a little break from this shit. I had a bad teeth ache, man. The shit was killing me for a couple weeks, man. But I'm back together, man. So we finna get ready and drop these interviews and take Truth Teller TV on the road. But I appreciate the love. It's the only truth. Bleh.